is MIS? In this presentation, we'll discuss what information systems are. We'll go over information systems versus applications. We'll talk about what MIS is and what it isn't. We'll talk about why information systems are important and why you should care. In order to understand what MIS is, you need to know what IS is. Information systems are everywhere, and they touch on nearly all aspects of our lives. They have many different uses, from banking to art to social media and everything in between. While the purpose of an information system can be just about anything, all information systems have 5 aspects that, in combination, differentiate them from software programs. These are hardware, software, data, processes, and people. Information systems tend to be more complex than software applications and programs since they collect, store, transform, and create data. They usually support multiple users at the same time, and they often have sharing and collaboration features built in. Additionally, information systems allow access from multiple devices or via the cloud. We view information systems as the combination of business processes, technology or IT, and people, all working together to achieve a common goal. All information systems, whether simple or complex, contain all of these elements. Now, it's important to remember that creating or using an information system without a good reason is not advised. An organization's strategy should guide how it does business, and that will naturally show problems and areas of opportunity. Those problems and opportunities are most often where information systems come into play. Information systems can help organizations solve problems and create or take advantage of opportunities to help it run more efficiently and create competitive advantages. Let's look at each of these elements in more detail. When people hear the term information systems, they automatically think technology. That's partially correct. Information technology can be broken up into hardware and software. Hardware holds and supports the software, data, and processes. It's the way that people access the system. It can be anything physical, such as a server, a computer, a hard drive, even keyboards and mice. Software is what tells a computer what to do. It says, hey, do this specific task, or maybe what to do in a specific instance. This includes applications like web browsers, video games, and operating systems. Even firewalls are an example of software. Every information system includes some type of IT. Hardware, software, most commonly a combination of both. Whether it's a simple mobile phone or a more complex system running on a central server and interacting with hundreds of computers in other locations. IT often automates or facilitates processes. For example, web-based order processing for a company selling products online, like Amazon. A key term you'll hear throughout this class is business process. A business process is the way in which an organization performs its functions. It's a set of organized activities or steps that interact to help a business create its product or service. Information used in business processes may involve just one process within the business, such as maybe the date an employee is hired, or it could pertain to multiple processes, such as a customer's order information, which could be used across an entire organization. Information systems support and automate all or part of an organization's processes. During these processes, data is collected, created, stored, and utilized by users and other processes. Remember, it's the business need that defines the processes and technology needed. Technology doesn't dictate how things should be done. The next component is data. Data is collected, created, and stored in an information system. Data can be numbers, addresses, price points, sales amounts, dates, etc. In an information system, data is both added by users and created by the system itself. For example, when a customer places an order, the customer information they entered, the details about the products ordered, and the payment data are collected. An order number is also likely created during this order process. These data are stored in a database and passed along to the warehouse, the marketing and sales departments, the finance and the accounting staff, so they can do their jobs. When the data is put in a context or used to make decisions, it becomes useful information. Let's say a customer entered their shipping zip code as 44139. That's data. But if you take that zip code and see that the location is in northeastern Ohio, it becomes useful information because it's in a usable context. In October, for example, you might send a catalog of snow gear since that region gets cold temperatures and snow in the winter. You wouldn't probably want to send the same catalog to Florida residents, let's say, because few Floridians would actually purchase snow gear. People, another component, refer to those individuals that create and, most importantly, use the information systems. The design and technology may complement the processes and run seamlessly, but the people who use the system must actually use it and do so correctly in order for it to be useful. People arguably play the most important role, as their utilization and controls of the system determine their ultimate success and effectiveness. The people category also includes the programmers and analysts and managers using the system to make informed decisions. It's really anyone that interacts with the system for any reason. Now, keep in mind that in information systems, multiple people are using the system or systems at the same time, so those systems must be designed with that in mind. So, what do information systems actually do? Well, as I just said, information systems support business processes and help make them more effective or more efficient. How so, you ask? Well, an information system is a set of interrelated business components that are usually computer-based. They're used to collect, process, store, create, distribute, and produce information. Information produced by these systems can help organizations support business transactions, as well as learn more about the company, create innovation, and help in making decisions. For example, let's say you enter the Front Room Coffee House and Baker, and you order a latte. There's a predefined set of business processes or activities. You have to take the order, make your specific drink, and cash you out. And these are performed by people, maybe the barista and the cashier, using various resources, the building, the register, the equipment, the ingredients, the paper products, etc. The process is information heavy in that each step uses existing data, the pricing, the inventory levels, special customer requests, and it produces data, new levels of inventory, payment information, and sales history. That new information can then be used by the business to keep it running and improve it. Information systems are used in many of these individual processes to make them more effective and much faster, so you can get on your way quickly with exactly what you ordered. Now, take this small example and imagine how much of an impact information systems could have when they're utilized by organizations that operate on a much larger scale, say all of the dining halls on campus or a huge restaurant chain like Panera. You might now assume that every time you use the computer, you're working with an information system. Well, sometimes you're working with an information system, and sometimes you're just working with an end-user program or application. So what's the difference? A program is a static set of directions in a command. If a user does X, the program does Y. Think of a spreadsheet. A user enters a number or a function, and the spreadsheet program spits out an answer. A user tells the spreadsheet to make text bold and italic, and that formatting appears in the text. No new information is collected, produced, or distributed. It's just numbers in a sheet. Something was typed in, and a result appeared. The same goes for word processing. A user types the letters and numbers and formats them as desired. Photoshop creates beautiful graphics. A database stores data. The solitaire game in your computer's application folder? Just a card game. End of story. These applications have specific and important purposes, but alone, they're just programs. Information systems, on the other hand, are a dynamic integration of people, technology, and business processes, so they're usually larger and more complex than applications. They grow, change, and respond to the information they collect and store from the processes they support, like Blackboard. Now, to muddy the waters a bit, programs are often used as part of an information system. For example, a database stores data. A database is just an application. A database can be used within an information system to store data, though. The database management system tells the database what to store, and then users ask for certain data from the database to help them answer questions to do their jobs. So a database may support an information system, but the database itself is not an information system. Here's another example. An information system could collect sales data from, let's say, all department store locations across an entire company, and it could provide reports analyzing the best and worst selling products for each local region. An application would be a spreadsheet program used to crunch sales numbers. All right, please note that you will likely hear the terms software, program, and application used interchangeably. All right, there are technically differences between them, but those differences are beyond the scope of this course, so sorry to those folks with more technical knowledge. Please bear with us. All right, the simplification is necessary so that everyone can understand the main point here. All right, let's look at an information system that everyone knows about, Blackboard. We're going to take that and break it down into the components so you can get a clearer example of what they all are. All right, we know that Blackboard is an information system. Specifically, it's a learning management system, or LMS. And if you're not familiar with it already, you will be quite familiar with it by the end of the semester. Let's break down Blackboard and look at each of the parts. The most basic components of an information system are the software and hardware. You probably generally access Blackboard on a computer or your phone. These are both types of hardware. The server storing the data is also hardware. Software is what tells the hardware what to do. The software includes the browser that you use to access Blackboard on your computer, as well as the mobile app you would use on your phone. For example, the phone's operating system, the software, tells the server to grab the data based on the link you clicked and show the corresponding content on the screen, which is also hardware. Now let's talk about data. Students, teachers, and the Blackboard system all create data. Students create data when they upload an assignment, post discussions, or take a quiz. Teachers add data when they post assignment information, create a test, or grade assignments. Examples of Blackboard creating data include tracking usage of the system, like login times or what was accessed and when, and calculating grades based on a set of rules within the system. Blackboard processing. Keep in mind that a process is what is done to reach our goal. Nearly everything done when you interact with Blackboard is a process. In our class, we have to find and submit assignments, take exams, communicate with each other, and more to be sure that there is learning happening. That's our goal. Blackboard facilitates those processes, viewing the calendar, posting learning activities, accessing and submitting assignments, taking a quiz, creating a rubric, grading a paper, checking grades and feedback. These are all processes that Blackboard helps us complete. It also does things behind the scenes, such as tracking user access and timestamping submissions and grade postings. What this really means is that people, us as users, we're working together with multiple processes, often supported by technology, and that's what really makes Blackboard a true information system. Blackboard also supports many users at one time. Multiple students could be submitting assignments or taking tests while professors are grading assignments and creating new course content. They're all interacting with the system and potentially influencing the outcome for others on the system, all simultaneously. And we all see the same things when we access the system, because the system updates data almost instantaneously. To summarize, Blackboard is a fully integrated system where both you and I use a hardware device, like a computer or a smartphone, to access the system and input data, like files and comments and grades. Also, Blackboard is automatically generating reports about who is logged in, how many people viewed certain files, what's been completed. It's calculating current grades. Like most information systems, it allows us to share information and communicate back and forth. It collects, stores, creates, distributes, and produces information. This learning management information system was designed and is used for the purpose of teaching and learning. Here's another information system example. Microsoft Excel, the version downloaded onto your computer, and Google Sheets do pretty much the same thing. All right, not exactly, but they have really similar purpose and features. So why is Excel a software program and Google Sheets an information system? Well, when you use Excel, you open the program on your computer. When you input data, functions, or formulas, Excel calculates and displays results based on set programmed algorithms. Basically, it spews out answers based on your inputs, like a glorified calculator. Well, then you save your file. If you want to share your work, though, with someone else, you need to email it to them or save it online so they can access it. When you use Google Sheets, on the other hand, you still have the same or really similar functions in terms of calculation functionality, but you also have the ability to access your work in the cloud and collaborate in real time with other people without having to use outside systems such as email. New data still isn't created in terms of numbers, those are still just spewed out based on preset calculations, but data is created in terms of who is sharing, editing, and what changes are being made. This also applies to Word and Google Docs. For example, Google Docs allows instantaneous sharing of documents among users. You can create the same document in Word, but you would need to email it to someone else to share it. This is what makes Google Docs or Drive an information system, while Word on your computer still just a simple program. Here's what I mean, so you can see what it looks like in Google Sheets. At the top image is an example of collaboration in Google Sheets in progress. You can see who changed what and when by looking at the version history here on the right. And everything is color-coded so I can see who changed which elements. The data in the document is created by the users, and the version history is an example of data that's created by the system. Google Sheets and Google Docs, well, they display the users that are currently viewing and editing the page. You can see this in the bottom image here. The circles represent each user who is currently viewing the document. If you shared it with specific people or someone in your email list, their initials will be displayed in the circles instead of these animal icons. The animal icons represent anonymous users. Here's a quick video of real-time collaboration happening in Google Docs. You can see Professor Bowden, Professor Woods, and me all editing a document at the same time. The color-coded cursors show who is doing what, and we're chatting back and forth as we work. We can leave comments on the paper as well. Even if we were working at different times, the comments and version history would easily enable us to see what others had done. It makes collaborating easy. Now, Google Docs isn't the only option for this type of collaboration, of course. Dropbox Paper is a similar system, and there are many others. But keep in mind, these systems all have the purpose of document creation and collaboration. There was a business need for help with this, and information systems were designed and developed to support that. So far, I've really just described information systems in general, but there are many types of different information systems, each used for a specific purpose. Larger organizations often utilize a mixture of various information systems and applications. In this slide, you can see 8 different and very common information systems. Now, not every organization will use these because it's important to use information systems to support the strategy and functions of the individual business, and not every business requires the functionality of each of these. What's important is that all of the pieces that are used are integrated, and the same information is shared among each necessary department in order for the organization to function successfully as a whole. In this course, we'll be talking about many of the information systems and IS components you see above in more depth. We'll discuss how organizations can benefit from the use of each of these and discover examples from multiple industries, including yours. We know organizations cannot survive without the effective management of their information systems and business processes. Information systems are a combination of people, business processes, and technology. The strategic use and design of information systems to solve business problems and take advantage of opportunities is the focus of management information systems. It's really the study or the management of information systems. All right? It is the goal of information systems professionals to bridge the knowledge gap between business users and technologists, so information system professionals must be fluent in both realms. We focus on solving business problems through the use of information systems. When preparing to become an IS professional, you learn about the types of information systems that exist, what they offer to businesses, and the advantages and disadvantages of each. Students also focus on how to work with business users and discover what their system needs are and how systems can be used to best support the business's needs and the overall goals of the company. You become a business professional that can talk the talk of IT professionals without having to walk their walk. There are several common myths floating around regarding MIS careers. First, it's all technical. Well, while there are some technical components that need to be understood by MIS professionals, the actual hardcore programming and technical details are done by technical experts, who are obviously important in their own right. The MIS major isn't any harder than other majors. It's just different, and perhaps a wider set of skills than some other business majors. Next, and I hear this all the time, computers don't like me. well, you will have to use a computer whether you like them or not, or whether they like you or not. But as an MIS professional, you aren't chained to a computer all day. Most MIS professionals deal with people more than computers. One last myth is that jobs are being sent overseas. Well, that's true, but more for programmers and technical specialists than MIS jobs. Having a person on site that can talk to users and figure out requirements really isn't something that could be easily offshored. The number of MIS jobs becoming available is actually increasing as more and more organizations are considering new or different information systems. Information systems they really play a vital role in today's business, but someone needs to make sure that they're used for the right reasons in the right way. And that's where an information systems professional comes into play. As you probably now realize, if you didn't before, MIS is about creating business solutions utilizing information systems. It's not just about technology. The skills learned and the experiences gained in becoming an MIS professional include those that most successful professionals need: people skills, change management skills, leadership, analysis, business process knowledge, and more. Who wouldn't benefit from these skills in their careers, no matter what industry you're in? Then on top of these skills, MIS professionals learn project management skills. They understand systems design and technologies, at least enough to discuss it with those who actually create and maintain the technology itself. Many people clump MIS, IT, or ITS, and CS majors together as computer majors. While there's some overlap, each major has a distinct role. You can see some of the differences and similarities in this table. I'll just focus on describing an MIS career, but that's certainly not to downplay the significance of either of the other majors, who as professionals play very important roles as well. A career in information systems is full of action, problem solving, and teamwork. There's always a new team to work with and new technology to learn about, and projects move quickly, leaving openings for upward movement. In a recent report published in the Wall Street Journal, for example, information systems professionals were tied for the highest percentage of college graduates that were satisfied with their career path. When students start their careers, they often work on teams to create appropriate system solutions for a business's specific situation. They research available options, consider the pros and cons of each, design a customized solution to match the needs of the business, and develop a plan on how to best integrate the information system, including rollout phases and training. And given the important role of information in modern organizations, IS professionals record, monitor, and analyze data to learn how the business can be improved. Because the projects are usually very large and have many inner working pieces, some IS professionals specialize in a particular area. Specializations include system analysts, software developers, database administrators, and project managers. Information systems as a career is attractive to many people because of the traits above. However, it's also engaging because it's a career in which you get to work on making people's lives easier. IS professionals focus on developing systems that create efficiency, increase performance, help people make better decisions, lead organizations, and keep track of materials and customer information. This class will discuss many of these topics and allow you to experience some of them as well. So, why should you care about MIS? Well, even if you're not an MIS major, it's critical for you to understand how to use and develop information systems to achieve business goals. Whether you're working for a professional sports team trying to understand marketing analysis and sales, a pilot working for a busy airport, a purchaser in the fashion industry, a healthcare administrator working in a hospital, a communications graduate working on a national PR campaign, or even a park ranger, you'll find that information systems are a necessary and powerful aspect of your work. Knowing what information technologies to select and how you might use IT to support or change your business is a necessary skill set for all of us in today's IT-driven business environment. Information systems are everywhere. Look at these everyday examples found across industries. Could we make it through our professional or personal lives without using information systems? Maybe, but not likely. And at the very least, not easily or conveniently, considering how most of the modern world operates these days. And not utilizing information systems often comes at a cost of decreased or non-optimized productivity and effectiveness, which is a major issue, especially in the business world. Marketing, sales, public relations, finance. These are just a few of the functions performed in the business world, and there are many different industries where this work can be performed: manufacturing, retail, sports, healthcare, transportation, and many more. No matter what your career goal is or what industry interests you, Your success and the success of your organization relies on your ability to recognize opportunities where information systems can be used to improve performance. Here you see some examples of systems used in various industries, from aviation to healthcare to manufacturing and sports administration. In most lines of work, you will need to store information in and retrieve information from databases. You will have to create persuasive and professional reports and presentations to persuade others that your ideas make sense. Using various information systems, you will analyze data to find patterns and trends to aid decision-making. You will manage your relationships with contacts and clients using customer relationship management systems. Your organization's success will depend on your leading efforts that use technology to support the introduction of new products, efficiently manage supply chains, and effectively manage complex financial activities. Retailers rely on past purchase data to develop sales forecasts and predict purchase behavior. Most businesses utilize collaboration technologies to bring together employees from all over the world to solve problems. Your ability to recognize opportunities to use information systems to create business value is central to both your success and the success of your company. Effective design and use of information systems often drives success or failure for businesses. Therefore, regardless of your chosen field of business, information systems knowledge will be vital. In summary, an information system is a set of interrelated business components that collect, process, store, create, distribute, and produce information. Information systems support business processes and help make them more effective and efficient. Applications are software programs designed for end users. They are components of information systems, but they are not information systems themselves. MIS professionals bridge the gap between business and technical professionals. The goal of an MIS professional is to design and implement information systems that are useful in making an organization or part of an organization more efficient and/or more effective. MIS is not overly technical, and it relies on business acumen and soft skills. You should care about MIS because informations are important in every industry. In your career, you will need to utilize them to further yourself and your company. I really hope you enjoy this course, no matter what your major is. All of the material and exercises are created to help you achieve the above objectives and give you an appreciation for how information systems can and will be utilized in the business world both as a whole and in your specific industry.